What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nash. Welcome to another episode of Nash Talks 2K. I know it's been a minute since I uploaded some real WWE 2K content on this channel. In fact, the last time that happened, WWE 2K20 was the newest release, and we already know how that turned out. We don't even need to talk about it. You already know. So of course WWE 2K22 is out. And let me tell you, it is an absolute banger of a game. The graphics are gorgeous. The creation suite is gorgeous. The attention to detail is really good. And I can't help but give WWE 2K their props, because you can tell they busted ass to make sure this game legitimately hit different. However, there is one specific thing that I really wanted to get off my chest. And like I said, 2K22 is an absolute banger of a game. 2K19 was a banger of a game. But this is an issue that I feel needs to be addressed, even though it's not that big of an issue, but it's an issue for me. And it refers to the title of this video. The title of the video is "The Ruthless Aggression Era is Criminally Underrepresented Inside of WWE 2K games." The Ruthless Aggression Era actually turns 20 years old this year, and for me it was really the absolute peak of my WWE fandom. It gave us guys like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Shelton Benjamin. It also marked the debut of Rey Mysterio and a lot of other things. And really, like I said, in my opinion, the Ruthless Aggression Era is criminally underrepresented inside of WWE 2K games, most notably in, the retro versions of the superstars from back then. And that to me is a big problem. I'm a guy that doesn't really care for the modern day product. I'm at a point where unless there's a match that I absolutely want to see, or they happen to be in my hometown of Detroit, I'm really not paying attention to WWE nowadays. I'm just not feeling it. So for me personally, a big selling point for WWE games is the nostalgic content that might be in the game. The unlockables, the classic superstars, the classic arenas, etc. And for me, I can't understand why that is. In the last 8 years, we've seen multiple callbacks to the Ruthless Aggression Era. For example, we've seen 2 Evolution reunions, one in 2014 and one in 2018. We've seen Batista and Triple H reignite their 05 rivalry at WrestleMania 35, I think. We've seen the same thing with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. We've seen a Rated RKO reunion and rivalry. We've seen Randy Orton call himself the Legend Killer again. We've seen John Cena come out with his Thugonomics gimmick again when he confronted Elias at WrestleMania 35. We have 2 seasons, 2 whole seasons of Ruthless Aggression Era documentary on Peacock, and the Ruthless Aggression Era is still underrepresented inside of WWE 2K games. Now I understand why we can't have a full-blown Ruthless Aggression Era showcase, because they would have to use Chris Benoit, and we already know they're not putting him in for obvious reasons. We don't even need to talk about why they're not putting him in. But why can't they ever include the Ruthless Aggression Era personas for the guys that are in the game on the current roster? For example, why, and it's mind-blowing to me, and it's very disappointing, because like I said, I'm so disinterested in today's product that most of my fun comes from recreating old school matches from the Ruthless Aggression Era, and we almost never have Ruthless Aggression Era characters. I'm thankful for the retro Rey Mysterios that came in the showcase, the JBL, the Kane 08, which I hope they don't remove. They should honestly keep him and give him the Slow Chemical theme song, since the Slow Chemical theme song hasn't been in a WWE game since 2K15. I'm thankful for the Undertaker 02. I'm thankful for the Shawn Michaels 05. But what about the retro versions of Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Batista, and Randy Orton? It's baffling to me. We haven't had a retro Batista since 2K15. We haven't had a retro Orton since 2K15. We haven't had a real word life John Cena since 2K14. I'm not counting 2K19's, John Cena 03, because that was John Cena early in his basic thugonomics gimmick. I'm talking about John Cena with the Word Life theme song, with the jerseys and the chain and the shorts, etc. Where's that John Cena at? And why haven't we seen him since 2K14? Where's the old school Batista at, when he had hair and a goatee? But for the last few games, we've always had Batista from WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania, which was that, 26? I'm not sure, but point is, we've had a 2014 and a 2009 to 2010 heel Batista, which, funny enough, are from both times he quit the WWE. I don't want to play as the bald-headed Batista. I want the Batista with the hair and the goatee that had the old school Animal theme song. I want the Randy Orton from, like, why can't we ever have a retro Randy Orton? To be honest, they really lied and falsely advertised the Royal Rumble 2006 being in, which would have featured Randy Orton 06. I don't understand why that didn't make the cut, because all they had to do was do a little video package, then cut to the final three, which were Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Triple H. But yet again, we don't have a retro Orton. Like, why can't we ever get a Randy Orton 05 from his feud with The Undertaker? Or maybe a Randy Orton 07 from his first run as WWE Champion, when he was punt-kicking people and ending careers and calling himself the One-Man Dynasty? Why haven't we seen that Randy Orton since 2K14? Where's the next big thing Brock Lesnar at? Why haven't we had a retro Brock Lesnar since 2K14? Put a O2 Edge in with the Rob Zombie theme song. We haven't had a pre-rated R Superstar Edge since WWE 13. And I'd like to add this as well, that nowadays Edge has cut his hair and changed his theme song, and I'm not a fan of his new gimmick. But the thing about 2K that I really dislike is how they think it's appropriate to only include the current version of a certain superstar. They just go, well, we've got Brock Lesnar in the game, and that's it. And I'm like, yeah, Brock Lesnar looks great, but they really need to get their ass back in the studio and put the next big thing Brock Lesnar in. I don't want to play as Brock Lesnar with the ponytail and the beard. I want to play as Brock Lesnar with the fade and the trunks from 02 to 04, when he was the WWE Champion and feuding with Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, and Goldberg. That being said, I'd like to add that I believe the same way they make sure to include Booker T and King Booker, along with Nikki Almost a Superhero and regular Nikki Cross, as well as Demon Finn Balor along with the regular Finn Balor, is the same way they need to include the next big thing Brock Lesnar next to the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar of today, the Legend Killer Randy Orton, as well as the Apex Predator Randy Orton of today, the Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena, next to the current PG era movie star John Cena we have nowadays, as well as the old school Batista from 2005 when he was feuding with guys like Triple H and Eddie Guerrero and was the reigning World Heavyweight Champion on Raw and later SmackDown. Put the O2 Edge in from when he was teaming up with Rey Mysterio, if not the 2004 Intercontinental Champion Edge, and then an 06 Edge from when he was in Rated RKO. That way we have options other than Edge with the short hair from Right Now, who's the leader of the new faction Judgment Day. So please, WWE 2K, please think of the Ruthless Aggression Era fans. Look at what's retroactively relevant and take a hint. Well, that's it for this video. Just had some things I wanted to get off my chest. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, a comment, hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, and I will catch y'all later.